What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Wednesday, May 3rd edition of the Bet Pro video. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. Only one NBA playoff game tonight, so we're a little short on NBA props, but we're going to see what we can find there. We'll also walk through some of the best MLB props today using the MLB side of this model. If you're not familiar, the Bet Pro model is a prop betting model that uses our DFS projections to help us find edges in the prop betting markets. The projections are the same ones we use for DFS, so the same projections that do really well over there. We've translated them into a prop betting model to use and make some money in sports betting. If you have not already signed up, check it out. We're offering a 7-day free trial. Talk about that a little bit more later, but keep that in mind. Also, before we get into the best bets, be sure to subscribe to the OddsShopper YouTube channel and hit the thumbs up button below this video. It helps out quite a bit. Now, getting into it, starting with BetMGM, James Harden over 21.5 points at minus 105. Joel Embiid is doubtful. Now, keep in mind, there is some risk in these bets. There's no color coding here. If you're familiar with this model, we have a color coding system that lets you know when player's teammate is questionable or, probable or whatever, if they might affect the line. Now, because Embiid is doubtful, he is not in our projections, and so he's not showing up. Harden is not showing up with a color code. There is some chance that Embiid gets upgraded during the day, in which case your James Harden overs are going to look a lot worse. But if you're comfortable going with the assumption that Embiid is doubtful, we do like over 21.5 points for James Harden at minus 105. He projects for 23 points with Embiid out. That gives us a 52% chance of winning, a 2% expected return. We recommend wagering 2% of your bankroll, and you can expect it to grow by 0.03%. So not a great bet in terms of EV, but it is positive. Moving over to Caesars, looking slightly better here with the over 34.5 points plus rebounds plus assists for Harden at minus 125. Again, don't place this bet if you are not comfortable with Embiid sitting out today. Again, there is some risk that he gets upgraded during the day, but he is currently listed as doubtful. And if we go with the assumption that he is not going to play, we have Harden projected for 38.9 points plus rebounds plus assists. That gives us a 59% chance of winning. Looking at DraftKings, 34.5 points plus rebounds plus assists, again, at minus 125. The only other profitable bet right now on DraftKings is Tyrese Maxey, under 3.5 rebounds at minus 125. Just a 1% expected return. I'd probably leave that one alone. So if you're only betting DraftKings, go ahead. If you're only betting DraftKings and you're comfortable with the assumption that Embiid is not going to play, go ahead and take the Harden over 34.5 minus 125. It's the same prices on Caesars, so if you're only betting one of those, it doesn't matter which one you take. On FanDuel, we have Harden over 5.5 rebounds at plus 112. Same caveat. If you don't trust that Embiid's going to sit, don't bet it. If you feel good about that, go ahead and take it. Plus 112, we project him for 6.6 rebounds with Embiid out. That gives us a 50% chance of winning and a 6% expected return. Now we're going to flip over to the MLB side. And while we're switching over, I'll talk a little bit more about the promo that we're offering. If you see the graphic on your screen, it says 7 days of the NBA Bet Pro model, and you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's not super useful. We just talked about how there's one game today. Obviously, the season's wrapping up, but it does include the MLB side as well. We're treating this as one model. So you sign up, you get 7 days free access to the MLB bets and the NBA bets. So you can flip through book by book. If there's a specific book you're looking to bet on, you can find all of the best bets there. If you have a bankroll on multiple books, you can use the best bets tab and very quickly see what the best bets are across several different books. We think that you'll like it. We think you'll stick around. It should put more money in your pocket and hopefully pay for itself going forward. So if you haven't already checked it out, I would do so before the NBA season ends, just because you're getting naturally more value that way during your 7-day free trial. Yeah, there's only 1 or 2 games a night in the NBA now, but that is still more than 0. And once the NBA wraps up, it's going to simply be MLB. So maximize your value on that 7-day free trial. Check it out. Sign up now. Now, looking at the best MLB bets, starting on DraftKings, we have Marcus Stroman over 4.5 strikeouts tonight against the Washington Nationals at plus 120. He projects for 5.4, which gives you a 55% chance of winning and a 21% projected ROI. We recommend wagering 13% of your bankroll on this bet. Now, again, that is if you are just looking to maximize your returns. The SBET percentage here is a function of how likely you are to win, so 55%, and your expected return, so in this case, 21%. You certainly can be more cautious if you are more risk averse. That's perfectly fine. But the point here is that this does look like a very, very good bet. On FanDuel, we have T&Cs under 7.5 total strikeouts tonight against the Minnesota Twins. Not the best strikeout matchup, although it is a very, very good strikeout pitcher. He's minus 102, projects for 6.6, which gives us a 59% chance of winning and an 18% expected return. Recommend wagering 13.5% of your bankroll, and you can expect it to grow by 1.6%. On BetMGM, over 4.5 for Marcus Stroman at plus 120 is at the top. So same price that we had on DraftKings. Next, we have Kyle Freeland under 4.5 strikeouts tonight against the Brewers at minus 140. He projects for 3.6. Freeland's not a great strikeout pitcher. This game is also in Coors, so there's always some added risk of Freeland just not going very deep into the game because he gives up a bunch of runs before that happens. 65% chance of winning, 11% expected return on this one. Finally, on Caesars, again, Stroman at the top at plus 117. So if you're only betting Caesars, take it there. But if you have the ability to bet DraftKings or BetMGM and you want this Marcus Stroman prop, take it there because you are getting a little bit better return. Next, we have Logan Webb over 5.5 strikeouts tonight in a pretty difficult matchup against Houston, but he is plus money at plus 111. He projects for 6.2 strikeouts, which gives us a 53% chance of winning and a 12% expected return. We recommend wagering 7.9% of your bankroll, and you can expect it to grow by 0.6%. So to quickly recap the baseball bets, we're going over 4.5 strikeouts for Marcus Stroman at plus 120 on DraftKings. We're going under 7.5 strikeouts for T&Cs at minus 102 on FanDuel. On BetMGM, we're going under 4.5 total strikeouts for Kyle Freeland at minus 140. Also, Marcus Stroman over 4.5 at plus 120, just like on DraftKings. And finally, on Caesars, we are going Logan Webb over 5.5 strikeouts at plus 111. Now we'll go back and recap the NBA bets. To sum it up quickly for NBA, if you are not confident Embiid is not going to play today, don't make any of these bets because they are contingent on Embiid being out, and these lines will move if his status gets upgraded. If you are comfortable that Embiid is not going to play, then we're looking. We actually just got an update while I was talking baseball. So now we have over 2.5 3-pointers for James Harden at minus 130 on BetMGM, in addition to over 21.5 points, which I believe is what we had earlier. On Caesars, looking over 34.5 points plus rebounds plus assists at minus 125 for Harden. On DraftKings, we have that over 2.5 3-pointers now at minus 130. Same price as on BetMGM. Also, the over points, rebounds plus assists. If you aren't taking those, there's nothing that looks very good here. Jaylen Brown is dealing with Marcus Smart being questionable, so I wouldn't bet that under yet. And then everything else is pretty much neutral to bad. On FanDuel, over 5.5 rebounds for Harden at plus 112. That's all I have for you today. Good luck on your bets. Enjoy tonight's games, and thanks for checking out the video.